actually got it at Five Below, believe it or not. And by the way, if you can hear any background noise, it's probably the blizzard that's happening outside right now. We're in the middle of a snowstorm. So I really like this one, and I have started reading it. I don't know if I'll read it like cover to cover, but it's very interesting because it has like a ton of different things about the US in different documents and stuff. It's really cool. Okay, and then this one I've read like almost all the way through. It's Divergent. I watched all the movies first because I didn't even know there were books, and I really liked them. And then when I found out that there were books, I was like, well, I have to read them. So I've only read the first one. I'm almost done with it. If I can find my bookmark. Oh yes. This is how much I have left. So I've mostly read it. It's been pretty good. If you haven't read it, I would read it. Or if you haven't watched the movies, I would read it and then watch the movies. Or just watch the movies because they're really good. I'd highly recommend it. And it's pretty clean too. So that's nice. It's like dystopian. I love dystopian stories. Ooh. Did you hear that? Okay, on to the next. I actually haven't read this at all. I maybe read a chapter or two, but I stopped reading it because there were other things I was more interested in. I'm gonna read it at some point, but it's The Secrets of Cedar Cabin. So it's just like a mystery. I remember last year I read like this super long mystery book in one day from a different author, and then I was all of a sudden into mystery books. But this one, it just kind of feels a little fluffy, and I don't really like fluffy mystery books. But I've only read the beginning, so I guess I can't fully attest to that. But yeah. This has a flimsy cover, so I can do the little... Alright. And then we have Harry Potter. I love the Harry Potter series so much. Oh. I thought this one was The Prisoner of Azkaban because I was going to say if this one's my favorite. My favorite is Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban. It is so good. But let's be honest, all the books are really good. To be fair though, actually I haven't read the 6th or the 7th because I just never got around to it, but I'm going to at some point, but they're just so big, it's like intimidating. she had broken them down into smaller books, I probably would have read them by now, to be honest. But it's just like 700 to 800 pages in this thick book. So I've yet to tackle it. But I definitely will soon. This is honestly one of the best book series of all time. And if you haven't read it, like, you're seriously missing out. Harry Potter. And then this one, Atomic Habits. Atomic Habits. I'm not very far into it because it's one of those books you really need to like read it kind of slowly. So I'm not very far into it right now, but so far it's pretty good. Okay, and this next one, it's not like a book that you read, but it is a notebook. That was so cringe. So I thought it counts. Honestly, I just included it so that I could do this. And the letters on it are like engraved, but like outward. I don't know what that word would be, but like the opposite of engraved. So they're like, there's like ridges. So like, to be honest, I don't really know what it means. Like, destination everywhere. I wonder if it's like supposed to be like a little travel notebook or something, and you write down about places you go. But I don't know. not the official tale. It's like kind of like a remake or like a spin-off almost, but it's pretty good, honestly. Like, I would read it again. Let me read the little thing on the back. Mirror, mirror on the wall, who's the grumpiest dwarf of all? They also have 3 others like it about the other like fairy tale stories. They have Jack, which is I think about Jack and the Beanstalk. They have a Rump, which is about Rumpelstiltskin. Don't know what that is. And Red, which is about Red Riding Hood. And my mom owns and has read all of them and like is obsessed with them. She says they're so good. And like, I'd probably believe her because this one's pretty good. Okay, and then next is also not like a book, but it's in the format of a book. This is the unofficial Harry Potter word search. And when I tell you I used to be obsessed with Harry Potter stuff, I was obsessed. It's just such a good story. And it's like, you get so immersed in reading it that like once you have to stop reading it, you kind of get depressed, not gonna lie. But I actually bought this fairly recently just because I love doing word searches, and I really like Harry Potter, like still to this day. So I was like, well, that's perfect. And I actually bought it for like whenever I had my second surgery so that I had something to do. And I did like a good amount of them. I wonder if you could see that. Like, oh, that was... It skipped over a lot of them, but I did do a lot of them. For some reason, I've always been into word searches. I don't know why. But I think they're so fun and it's so satisfying when you like get all the words. And I also got this from Five Below. Yeah. It was like $5. I would say very worth it. Okay, and then we have I wonder if I can hear that. And then we have the Mockingjay. I think this is the 3rd book of the Hunger Games series, which is like one of my favorite series of all time. It is so good. I would say the Hunger Games and Harry Potter are very much up there. They're so good. Probably Divergent too, but I've only read one of the trilogy, so I feel like I can't really say it's like my favorite series. But like the Hunger Games is so good. But the books and the movies are so good.